Morning guys, welcome back. It's Monday morning. It's actually been quite a few weeks since I picked this camera up. There was a lot of dust on it. So in our last video I showed you the New Zealand van that got rear-ended by an Arctic lorry and it was quite badly damaged. So as I said before, it was coming to us and going over to our friends at Paintworks to have it redone. We've dropped it off to storage. It is completed, but use footage for that. Welcome back guys. So I'm actually on my phone at the moment because we've just dropped a couple of vans off down at our storage site where it's all secured. And it's actually going to be where our new unit is. So our new unit's going to be a 3-bayer but there, so you can see he's got a 5 there, and then they're doing a 3 just the other side of that fence. But what I was showing you, you might have remembered in our last video, the New Zealand van that was all damaged has now been repaired by Paintworks, and they've done a really good job. So it's had a new quarter beam here, new lights, 2 new doors, new bumper, all new trim, and then inside has been rebuilt. So what we had to actually do is we had to strip everything from the front of the bed back. We had to strip this wall to about here. We had to strip the ceiling here, and because they needed full access, so we stripped it all. They've replaced the corners, it's all been resprayed, it's come back, and then we've rebuilt the wall here, redone the ceiling here, and thankfully we managed to do it without any seams because we were a bit worried about that. And the floor was all right, so that didn't need to come out, but we did recarpet all this wall, all fresh. The D-pillars all been recarpeted fresh, and we put some new door cards on because they did get a little bit battered in the rear end shunt that it had. And you can see, to be fair, they've done an absolutely brilliant job outside. Now that was actually done in less than a week. 7 days between us and Paintworks from when it was fully damaged to it being completely refreshed, ready to go back to the owners. So yeah, very impressed. They did a really good job on that. Now I also know some of you are waiting for to see how I do the custom shower tray, and to be honest with you, this van is already completed, so don't worry. For those of you who are waiting to see it, we've got to do another one on the crafter, which I'm going to show you later. But for now, we have finished another build, and this is your van tour. On the outside, he's got a motorhome window on the sliding door, another one opposite, and then he's got one on the offside at the bed area. We've got electric step by fuel, and that's all wired into the van, so when he turns the ignition on, if he's accidentally left this out, that will retract in, and his control for that is just by the entrance just there. We've got a nice wood effect parquet flooring down. This is Altro flooring, so it's a lot more hard wearing. Then a raised step because the 2 single seats are both on swivel plates, table, and then rear seats as well. Now I know these look low, but these headrests, like when you sit in it, your head's all the way up here. The headrests actually have to come up quite a bit, so they look lower than they are. We've got wall cabinets, and we're back to, these went out of stock, but we've got them back, and these are the ones which have these pistons on that create that sort of compression on the door, so when you're driving they're not going to rattle and make that noise. You may have also noticed we've got the alley trim on the bottom of these as well, so they've all been upgraded to follow suit and look much better. And I must admit, he wanted gloss white and black trim, and we love it. I think it's set it off absolutely beautiful. So this van is also going off. I'm going to come back outside a minute because this van is also going off to Paintworks this morning. Not long before it came to us, the engine went on it, but it was still under warranty with Citroen, and while it was at Citroen having a new engine put in, one of their delivery drivers caught this front wing. They've damaged all down here, scuffed it up here, and there's a bit of damage on the rear panel back here somewhere. I think it's just behind, it's just down there, it's a bit dented in. So this is off to Paintworks now, so hence why I thought, right, let's get the video recording on it because it's got to go down there. Back inside, so we've got the nice dinette area. We got a 230 socket, USB point, and the light switch for the underwall cabinet lighting up here. In a previous video I told you we were hoping to do like a wardrobe here, but there just wasn't enough space. So what we've done is we've actually created one for him down here, just so that there's somewhere for clothes to be hung. We got the diesel heater control, water monitoring point, and that's the light for the shower. And this here is access to pipes for the shower. So you've seen in previous videos, I like to have access to joints, A, to check them, B, to service them if there's ever a problem in the future. In the kitchen, we've got a custom wine rack, and all the shelves in there are all leaning sort of down towards the back so that nothing's going to come flying out. We've got the bigger compressor fridge. I think this is a 90 litre. We've got the Ninja 10-in-1 oven, and then 2 big drawers just below the oven, and there's all his manuals and keys, remote control, balancer for the battery. And then we've got the sink unit. So again, keeping with the black theme, we've got the shower head tap that pulls out with the Thetford sink with the lid, and then above it, more wall cabinets. We got a socket there which is for the microwave, and again we've redesigned our cupboards for the microwave, so it's a lot more sleek, it's a lot nicer. We've got a nice surround all around that, which is very clean. This is our Rico surfaces, so these are about nearly 200 quid a board because we get the fire rated ones, but that gives such a nice finish at the kitchen area. You got a light switch for the wall cabinet lights. No, you haven't. We got the water heater switch here, light switch for the wall cabinet lights, water pump, 12 volt socket, 2 30 volt sockets, and then ceiling light switches. And the other thing I forgot to show you was under the sink. So you got your waste pipe, your water supply over there, and we've put a shelf in with a lip to make sure nothing can obviously fall off, and the same back there. The shower, tambour door. The cassette comes through a door down here, which is some kind of strong magnet, and there's your cassette just by there. Your water filler for the tank, and that's your inverter controller. And then in here we got our shower, awning light. It's all done in hygienic board, the whole room's been tanked. And then you got your shower tray, which we make out of plywood, and it's all sort of routed and sanded to create a fall over to the waste. And then the waste is also, I don't know if you can see it, but it is sunk into the floor a bit as well to make sure the lip of that is lower than the level of the floor. And then we got the cassette toilet just here. Now you may have noticed there's no hob up here, and there's a good reason for it. So we've been talking to a lot of customers about this recently, and you may only use that hob once a day, some days not even at all. And because you don't get a lot of worktop space in a camper van, we've started promoting portable hobs, because they can bring that here, they can plug it in and use it when they want to use it, and when it's not being used it can be stowed away, and then you've got a lot more worktop space. Now the Ninja 10-in-1 oven we fit by here, it's an oven, an air fryer, it's got a grill, it's a pizza oven, a dehydrator, a whole bunch of things. So a lot of the cooking will actually get done in that. But as I said, they ain't gonna have a gas kettle, they can have an electric kettle because this is an all electric van, and they can just plug it in by here. So they're not going to be boiling water on a hob, so it's only when they're actually cooking they're going to use it. Now the other benefit to that is that it's a nice day, you want to barbecue outside, they can now take that outside, put it on a table just down by there, plug it in, and they can actually use it as a barbecue. Got the bed here. This is a big double, so it's a 1350 wide bed. We've got our black USB bed lights, got one here, one here. It's your max fan control and a vent up there for the microwave. And then we've got underwall cabinet lighting and more wall cabinet space. We've got a skylight on the rear with the lights on, and then up front is the max fan. Right, let's go look in the rear, because we've done a few new things in the rear as well on this one. So because this has got a shower, obviously it's got a hot water system, it's got underslung tanks. So what we've done is, all the water system is back there. You've got your hot water, that's a 6 litre lavanda, and that's purely off 12 volt. You got your water pump and expansion vessel there, and then you've got your water pipe in. That one's the water filler for the tank, and that other pipe is coming up for the supply for the water pump. And then we've got another cupboard just here, and inside here lighting isn't great, but you can see the inverter charger, the batteries below it, and all the electrics just be here. The all-electric vans are becoming very, very popular, and it's predominantly because the price of lithium has come down so much, the electrical components have come down so much in price. So like if you was to have an underslung gas system put on a van, you know, by the time you pay to have that supplied, fitted, commissioned, all the pipe work, you know, you're talking the best part of £1,000 easy. Now bear in mind, you've also got to already have a basic electrical system, even if you have gas in your van. So if you take that £1,000 that you were going to spend on that gas system and put it into your electrical system, you've instantly got an off-grid all-electric camper, because all you need is the inverter charger, which is 500 quid, put the extra 500 quid that you have into your actual battery, you've got an off-grid camper that's all electric. So every time now this vehicle drives, it's got the larger alternator on it, so it's got a 60 amp DC to DC. So every time he turns that key, he's getting 60 amps of DC to DC. He's got 435 watts of solar on the roof with a 40 amp MPPT controller, which I think the 435 is about 36 amps. So on a good day, he's pulling really good solar in, as well as having electric hookup. And now when he's on electric hookup, that inverter charger will actually charge his battery at 75 amps, which again is massive. So he's going to be able to charge this 3 different ways and keep this fully charged. Now, you've seen the majority of the vans we've done have all been all electric, and we've had no reports back yet of anyone running out of electric. So they are working absolutely brilliant. You know, you can do your electric cooking, you've got electric water heater, your heating is your diesel heater, so you're just not relying on that gas. They wanted the wooden slats running down the ceiling, so they've opted for just between the skylights, which I must admit, I personally prefer that than them running all the way to the edges, especially I think with the white gloss cabinets. I don't think those running to the cabinets would look as effective. And there's the window on the outside. So yeah, a few more upgrades on the van. Oh, here's another one we've done. So there was something else that had been not bothering me, I just didn't like it, and that is the water dump valves. Now I know on a previous one we did electric dump valves, but a lot of them are just manual ones. What you get with these tanks are these really flimsy sort of plastic things that go in like these clips, and they're just rubbish because they've got to be hidden under the van, they're not easy to access, and they're not easy to dump the water out of. But we have found this dump valve. So this isn't a water filler point. His water filler point is actually but here. It's got a lock cap on it and it's nice and sealed. This is purely for dumping the water, and all they've got to do is turn that valve there, the water will be dumped, and the same on the other side here, and this will dump his fresh water, his wastewater, sorry. So clearly labelled and very easy for him to access to sort of release any of the waters that he needs to do. There is also a dump valve on the hot water tank, which is just on the side, but then you can just see a little clear pipe going down that goes through the floor, and you can also then empty that. So if he's winterizing his van, then the water can be completely drained down and done. So that is another van finished. Now we are working already on another 4 vans. So this one here is just come out of prep. So the guys have insulated it, ply lined it, it's been carpeted, first fix electrics are all in, skylights and a window in the sliding door is in. The customer for this one wants it to be a bit more of a stealth fan, so the only window is this one here. I'm going to get the flooring this morning, we're going to put the flooring down, get the wheel arches covered, and then I can do the bed bulkhead. Is having a wardrobe here, bench seat here, wall cabinets up to the wardrobe, wall cabinets the other side of the wardrobe, head end of the bed, so we've got our lighting system, and then kitchen across here with wall cabinets up here. We're not doing anything up front other than we'll get our diesel heater supply and the DC to DC cable up there, but otherwise there's not a lot to do up the front. Shane is currently on the crafter. How's that going, bud?
Going good, just putting the edging strips on the fridge cabinet and the Ninja cabinet, and then we'll be installing them a little bit later on. And just getting on with it, get it out.
So just to give you a quick nose at the crafter van, so we've got bench seat, that one's on a swivel, wall cabinets by there. So this is the shower I was saying we're going to also be doing another custom shower tray on, so I will show you how we do that in a future video. And then the bed in here is the lengthways one where he's got the cupboards up either side, so he's got the over the wheel arch water tank is in, the majority of the electric system is done, and they're currently working on the kitchen cabinets which are running along here. And then another van. Now this van you would have seen with us a couple of months ago. It's one we're doing in stages. Martin's on this one, and you bud?
Come on.
So this van, you'll recognise it when I show you this that I did. So this is little sort of cuddy larder, bed that way. So this time round we're doing all his furniture now, so all the wall cabinets up here are in. Martin's just finishing off up here. The kitchen is in. He's got another cuddy by here, and the reason we've done these is because there's a wheel arch that comes out to about here. So he's got the cuddy here, there's a spice rack by here, 3 drawers by here, his oven's in there with a cupboard below, and then there's his sink unit on the end. This is his toilet room. Now this has been lined, so we've got the lining in. It's similar to the sort of stuff you see in caravans, so it just needs the ceiling light put in and the door. That's done. And then it's having L-shaped bench here, and it's a slide out, so that then that's also a bed. And then we got a couple more slats to add to this one, and then that's this one done for now. And then it will come back for a stage 3, which is the final part where it's having all its electrics and the heart done to the van. And then finally, it's going on a bit, isn't it? This van today has just moved into the prep bay, so this one now is going to get stripped today. We got the skylights, we got the windows, so they'll basically get this van to this level out there, and then this one will move to here, or next door actually, and have the furniture built. Busy, so hence lack of videos, to be honest with you. Like, the I want to try and do weekly videos, or even 2 weekly videos. The reality is we're just so busy at the moment, we just haven't been able to, you know, coupled with building vans, I'm training people, dealing with customers. Like, we've had a customer up this morning, he wants some work done on a build, he's got some leaks. Time is of the essence. Right, so when we build our vans, there's 2 things at the forefront of our mind, and the first one is the obvious one, is the weight. So that's why we use lightweight ply. You know, we get really good payloads on all our vans. You know, the first one we did weighed in it was about 2,640, I think it was, unloaded, which is fantastic. The one we did at Christmas when he took it, fully loaded, was 3,140 or 3,160, but that was fully loaded. So weight is a massive issue. We've got to keep them below 3.5 tons, you know, unless you get them up plated and you also hold that license where you can drive it above 3.5 tons, and it's fine. But the second thing, which is why I'm recording in the van right now, is noise. So we all know noise can just be annoying. You're on long, you know, drives. We tend to be driving for hours in these things, and you don't want to hear rattling and clunking and all that sort of thing. So I am now, all right, I'm only doing 20 miles per hour because I've just pulled away. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to hear a single noise. You're going to hear noises, right? But there's no rattling, no clunking. It's just quiet. And there's various things we do because of that. Like, all our hinges are all on the motorhome stay hinges, so there's compression on them. We've upgraded our latch catch systems with the pistons on. So again, that's just reducing that rattling on the doors. Everything is fixed solid, and it was only as I'm driving it, so we're heading down to Paintworks to drop the van off, and it's only as I'm driving I'm like, this is really quiet, like really quiet. Right, so I'm now doing 65 on the motorway, and other than the engine noise, I can only hear one noise, and that's actually the Max fan just up there. I can hear the air on it. It's not particularly loud, I can hear it. Now, by UK law, skylights have got to have natural venting, and that's a good thing. We want that. It's good for ventilation for the van. So I talked to you before about vapor barriers and high level venting and low level venting, and that's given us our high level venting. It just means when I see now I've dropped down to 60, I can't hear it at all, but when I was doing 65 I could just hear a bit of wind. Wasn't loud, wasn't annoying me, but I said we want it, it's a good thing. Yeah, impressed, beautiful. Right, so it's about 4 now, and I sent Martin home about 3. It's actually his 64th birthday today, so happy birthday, mate. One's gone off for an appointment, so it's just me and Shane here. But we did have a new addition to the workshop today, and that is a CNC machine. So it's a Trend Yeti. It's the one we've been using, or we had access to across the road, but we've actually bought it now. So we have full-time use of it, which is going to make a massive difference and really help us get ahead of these vans, won't it, mate?
Absolutely. Really looking forward to learning how to use it and playing with the beast.
Be good fun. You can see where some of our chopping boards have been done on here. It's going to be good. It'll be a really big addition. It'll be like having a full-time carpenter here. We're going to set it up so we can put like 500 kitchen cabinets on there. We can do our frontals. God, we've been going through all the stuff we can actually put on this all day, and there's just so much we can actually use it for. And obviously with a router we're going to get those clean cuts both front and back. You can't beat it.
No, it is a really good finish.
Yeah, and if we're going to go to the next level, well, that's what we needed, isn't it? So, we hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.